What really happened between Jungkook and Taehyung at the airport that made Jungkook burst into tears in Taehyung's arms? Was it relief, heartbreak, or something deeper than anyone expected? Watch closely, feel every emotion, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay with us until the end of this heart-shaking story. Because what unfolds next will leave every ARMY questioning everything they thought they knew about BTS. What if the tears that fell weren't just sadness, but the echo of something far more complicated? Something buried deep within the hearts of two souls who have walked the same path for over a decade? The moment Jungkook's body trembled in Taehyung's embrace, the air at Incheon Airport shifted. Cameras flashed, fans screamed, but no one could fully grasp what was happening before their eyes. Was this just an emotional reunion, or a silent confession that neither of them could hold back any longer? As the crowd's roar grew louder, Jungkook's shoulders shook. His eyes glistened with tears that he tried, unsuccessfully, to wipe away before anyone noticed. But Taehyung did. He always did. Without hesitation, he pulled Jungkook close, shielding him from the blinding lights and flashing lenses. For a moment, the world disappeared. It was just the two of them. Two men who've shared laughter, pressure, dreams, and now visible pain. ARMYs who witnessed it live described the scene as unreal, like watching the climax of a story they never wanted to end. The question that burned in everyone's mind was, why was Jungkook crying? He had just returned from overseas schedules, where he appeared confident and collected during public appearances. But now, standing before thousands at the airport, his emotional walls crumbled. Rumors immediately began swirling across social media. Was it exhaustion, or something deeper connected to his bond with Taehyung? Some fans whispered that this wasn't just about stress or fatigue. Jungkook and Taehyung's chemistry has always been magnetic, but in that embrace, there was something raw, almost desperate. It was the kind of hug that felt like a goodbye or a plea, like one was holding on to the other before they slipped away. Could something have happened behind the scenes? Had the weight of fame and separation finally broken through Jungkook's calm facade? Witnesses at the scene said they saw Taehyung whispering something into Jungkook's ear, something that made the younger member clutch him tighter, burying his face in Taehyung's shoulder. The cameras couldn't catch the words, but the moment was powerful enough to send shockwaves through the fandom. Social media exploded within minutes. What did Taehyung say? Is Jungkook okay? Why did it feel like a farewell? What if Jungkook's tears weren't just about pain, but relief? Relief to finally see the one person who understood him best after being apart for so long. Taehyung had recently been traveling for personal schedules, while Jungkook had been working on solo promotions. The distance between them, even professionally, had grown visible in recent months. Fans noticed fewer interactions, fewer moments captured together. Some even feared that the once inseparable Taehyung bond was fading under the pressure of solo careers and company decisions. And yet, at that very moment in the airport, it felt like all walls came crashing down. Jungkook didn't care about the cameras. He didn't care about the headlines. He let the tears fall. Because sometimes silence says more than words ever could. And Taehyung, always the one who sensed Jungkook's emotions before he spoke, simply held him. No grand gesture. No performance, just warmth, safety, and a quiet message that said, "I'm here." What made it even more emotional was what happened afterward. As Jungkook and Taehyung walked toward the exit, their hands brushed briefly, just enough for the fans to notice. It wasn't forced. It was instinctive. And though neither of them said a single word to the crowd, the silence carried a story only they understood. Fans began posting theories. Perhaps this was the aftermath of a fight, or maybe they were both carrying the burden of something the public wasn't yet aware of. The deeper question remains: are Jungkook's tears a sign of hidden struggles within BTS? Or are they simply the reflection of a man overwhelmed by emotion and love for someone he deeply trusts? Whatever the truth, it's undeniable that their connection goes beyond what the cameras show. For years, ARMYs have seen glimpses of this bond, late-night lives filled with laughter, glances that seem to communicate whole sentences, gestures that linger longer than friendship usually allows. But seeing Jungkook break down like that in the open was something different. It was vulnerability laid bare. It was a side of him the world rarely sees, especially in a place as public as Incheon Airport. Some say Jungkook's tears were triggered by the weight of fame, endless scrutiny, pressure, and expectations. Others believe there's something more personal. a pain tied to the distance, to moments they can't publicly express. Taehyung, ever the quiet comforter, didn't let go even as staff began urging them to move. He simply patted Jungkook's back, whispering again, his expression unreadable yet full of care. The video of that moment, of Jungkook's trembling hands and Taehyung's protective embrace, quickly went viral. Within hours, hashtags like #TaeKook@Incheon, #Jungkook Crying, and #ProtectJungkook trended worldwide. Fans flooded timelines with emotional messages, many admitting they cried just watching it. One comment read, "You could feel their hearts talking without words." Another said, "That wasn't just a hug. That was years of emotion pouring out all at once." Even now, no official statement has been made about what truly caused Jungkook's tears. But maybe it doesn't need to be explained. Maybe it's a reminder that even idols, no matter how perfect they seem on stage, carry silent battles. That sometimes the strongest ones are the ones who finally allow themselves to fall apart in the arms of someone who understands. So, what do you think really happened that day? Was it exhaustion? Relief? Love? Or something that words can't quite define? Tell us your thoughts below. Because one thing is certain, the image of Jungkook crying in Taehyung's arms will remain etched in ARMY's hearts forever. If you felt that same ache watching that moment, if you believe in the power of genuine connection and brotherhood beyond fame, hit that like button, leave a comment about how this scene made you feel, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep, emotional updates about BTS. Because this story is far from over. What if this wasn't just a moment, but the beginning of something we've all been waiting to see, the truth behind the bond that even fame couldn't break? Keep watching, keep feeling, because Jungkook's tears told a story that words may never fully capture. Maybe the story didn't end at the airport. Maybe it began there, because that embrace between Jungkook and Taehyung wasn't just a moment captured by lucky fans. It was the spark that reignited questions, emotions, and fears that the fandom had buried for months. As Jungkook wiped his tears trying to regain composure, Taehyung stayed close beside him. The flashes from cameras painted their faces in bursts of light and shadow, but even through the chaos, there was something hauntingly calm in the way Taehyung looked at him. Like he was silently saying, "You don't have to pretend anymore." And maybe that's exactly what broke Jungkook. For years he's been the golden boy of BTS, strong, composed, endlessly hardworking. But behind that perfect smile lies a weight that only those closest to him truly understand. The exhaustion of being perfect, the loneliness of being idolized, the pain of having to hide vulnerability behind professionalism. So when Taehyung appeared, warm, familiar, grounding, Jungkook's mask slipped. The tears that followed weren't just sadness. They were the result of months, maybe years, of holding it all in. Fans began to notice the timeline. Just days before this, Jungkook had mentioned during a live that he missed the old days, when everything felt simple. His words had carried a tone that many brushed off at the time. But now, after this emotional reunion, they echoed with new meaning. Could it be that Jungkook wasn't just missing the past, but someone from it? Someone who made him feel like home? Taehyung, who had recently been away for filming and brand work, looked equally emotional that day. His smile, though soft, was trembling. When Jungkook leaned into him, it was as if Taehyung's entire being softened. His hands cupped Jungkook's back with familiarity, not hesitation, the kind of gesture that only comes from years of trust. To ARMYs watching the footage, that was the most powerful part. There was no performance, no staged emotion. It was human, raw, painfully real. As they walked side by side through the airport doors, security and staff forming barriers around them, the tension was almost cinematic.